So the next slide we have is talking about down payment and loan amounts. And John, if you can talk a little bit about that for us.
Okay. Effective January 1st of this year, under the Blue Water Sailors Act, VA eliminated for full entitlement for people that are not using partial entitlement like they used to before and had a foreclosure, or they own another VA and they want, if you have full entitlement, you have no loan limit. So in Lebanon County, if you were to buy a $600,000 house, you could get that zero down.
Great. So this slide really needs to be updated.
Yeah, this was as of this year. Now the 510-4 is still in effect if you're using partial entitlement. Let's say you had a foreclosure and you used 36,000 of entitlement. Let's say you had a $140,000 loan and it foreclosed on 10, 15 years ago, whatever. Okay, so you've used up $36,000 worth of entitlement. So now what you have to do is you take your county limit, which in Lebanon County is 510-4, and you take 25% of that, which is 127.6. You subtract the 36,000 from 127.6 and you multiply that by 4, which I believe gives you a 366.4 no down limit now, even though you had a foreclosure on a previous VA loan. Or maybe you had that VA loan and you're renting that property out and you want to buy another one. You can do that with your remaining entitlement. So, and the only thing you have to watch out for, the basic entitlement entitles you up to 144 no down. Bonus entitlement kicks in over 144. So if you're using partial entitlement, your total loan amount, including funding fee, must exceed 144,000. So if you had that foreclosure, you could not buy a $125,000 house, but you could buy a $225,000 house. It makes no sense. Well, that's how VA looks like a government program. It makes no sense, but it really does work. And so, yeah, this 510-4 is only now used for partial entitlement.
Okay.
Entitlement is unlimited.
Good to
you
know.
do $1 million no down, as long as you can qualify for it. Remember, it's a full qualifying loan. It's not just, all right, you're a veteran, we're going to give you a $600,000 loan.
Right. So important to point out, yeah, that your loan limit is determined, ultimately by your income to debt ratio. You have to qualify, based on your own personal finances. But
and let me give you a little hint. If you had somebody that had a foreclosure in the past and he wants to buy a higher loan now and he doesn't really want to put any money down, have him contact the VA, or we can contact the VA for him and find out if after he had the foreclosure and VA sold the property, if they lost any money. If they didn't, if they made up for what they paid out by the sale of that property, then we will restore his entitlement. That 36 won't be held against him because the VA lost no money. So then he would be able to buy that 6 or 7 or 800,000 no down instead of having to put some money down.
That's a good tip. Definitely something worthwhile checking into.
Absolutely. Sure. And then all you need to do is contact Andy and we can get a hold of the VA because his certificate of eligibility will show the old loan number where there was a foreclosure. We'll call the VA and say, hey, was there any money lost on this particular loan? And now let's say the VA only lost $5,000 on it and he has to come in with 30 or 40,000 down payment. Pay VA back the $5,000, get your eligibility restored, and then you don't have to come in with any down payment. So you're saving yourself $25,000 or $30,000 in down payment.
Very good.